This is a coffee table, by the way, guys. So. It's innovation that excites.
Jeez. All right, well, first of all, congratulations on the save, the win, and everything. Obviously, talk to me about what you saw the last day.
It's just unfortunate when that happens. I've seen this has happened in my career as a college player and as a pro, where these like last second PKs happen. And sometimes as a keeper, you can get like kind of upset with the call. To be fair, it's a handball, but like not all the time it's called. So and it's not like Fabi's trying to handball the ball. He's trying to make a play to block it, and it is what it is. But to each their own. Try to just stay super focused when those moments happen. Try to see who's going to take the kick, and try to understand like what type of player is he, where has he gone in the past. I actually looked over to Juan to kind of see if he knew much about this specific PK taker. It's number 10. I can't remember his last name, but yeah, and so Juan said the side that I went, and that was kind of the ball game. I was hoping it wasn't going to go down the middle, so I was trying to deter that. But at the end of the day, we deserved 3 points. We deserved more goals than I think we scored, and I think we well deserved the shutout. So I'm really happy that we were able to get that at the very end.
I'll get to the rest of the team in just 1 second.
Yeah.
But for you told me recently, or previously, that you haven't had the best luck when it comes to penalties.
Yeah.
So is it something you've been working on recently? Because you've saved the past few, you've attempted. They've attempted at you.
I think it's just that, staying focused, not like getting caught up in the call or maybe the theatrics around it. Mitch bought us a lot of time. It's difficult as a kick taker to have that much time to think about where you're going to go, especially when everyone sees that you have the ball. And like you can kind of do your research, get an idea. And so I think the circumstances helped. I think just experience on my end of being scored on plenty of time and as a PK, as a goalie in that situation. But I'd say, I mean, it's not like anything you can really train for. I mean, you can train for holding your ground and then getting a good push, but at the end of the day, you have to go the right way. And luckily I did, so.
Now, just real quickly, getting to the rest of the match real fast. Colorado and San Antonio know each other quite well. I think it's safe to say that. They really seemed to stymie you guys in that first half. So what was it, if anything, were they doing differently?
I'll say that one more time.
What was it, if any, were they doing anything differently, and if so, what was it?
Well, I mean, as you noticed in the first half, we had basically had 3 at the back against their 2 forwards, and they had a lot of room to drive with the ball, which is not normally how we play. We kind of had to make an adjustment at halftime. We went man for man, and coach said it at halftime. He said, "Are we going to like hone in and play man for man, even though it's really risky with 12 healthy pros at the moment and academy kids? So it's like, should we go man for man and leave ourselves a little exposed at the back? And this team, it's a testament." He said, "You guys all bought in tonight." It's kind of like you put that nail kind of where you stand as a team, and your resilience and your willingness to press and go man for man and say, "Hey, beat us man for man and see what happens." And luckily, again, we played really, really well. I don't think we conceded a shot on target in the second half outside of the one Patrick Seeger shot, and then obviously the PK. So we played outstanding in the second half, and I believe in the first half as well.
How do you deal with these games where it just seemed like the box was always packed?
Yeah, right.
Like there was like 17 people in the box in one play. How do you deal with that as a goalkeeper? How do you manage your area when everybody's in the box?
Yeah, great question. It's something where it's like, you have your zonal players. We know we have our 3 zonal players, and they're big boys. And so there's not. It's as a keeper, honestly, you kind of feel the pressure when they're all around you, but they're out of the 6. And so it's kind of like, okay, make sure people are picked up. They're obviously going to have numbers that we can't account for because of the 3 zonal. So it's about winning the battles that the man-for-man guys are, and then hopefully just shifting as a zone to make sure we cover the open guys. And they're a tall team, but Lamar, like, there's 2 plays at the very end before the handball, where he like jumped out of nowhere. It literally felt like no one was there, and his head just came up out of nowhere like a salmon leaping upstream. And so multiple times our guys are just their desire to win balls in the air. It's like, it makes me calmer in those moments because it's like, okay, I'm going to be covered if I do go up for a ball. So yeah, it's something that I think you train for as well.
You're a major part of why this team has 7 points right now. And you talked about, missing the bodies. So are you feeling more responsibility to kind of carry the team at this point in the season? And just how are you feeling right now? I mean, you come off a championship season and you're playing like an MVP right out of the gate.
Thank you. I think again, it's like the guys that we have, like everyone's a starter. It doesn't matter. 18th guy on the roster. It genuinely, their ability to start games. That's what they're signed for. And so as a team, we are super prepared for every single game. And for myself, it's not about it's just about doing the job at the end of the day. Like goalkeeping is a very specific position that doesn't have a whole lot of relevance in the broad spectrum of the game. But in those tiny moments, that's like where you kind of make your name, so to speak. And so for me, it's just about being prepared in the right moments and not trying to do too much. The way we play allows for me to be just really focused on shot stopping, angles, covering the back line, and then just distribution isn't anything too specific or detailed outside of like our kind of build up through our goal kicks. And so for me, they make it super simple. And coming into the season, and as we've kind of depleted with numbers, Fabi has said like we need you to show up big. And for me, it's like, okay, you guys show up big every time for me. And like in the way we played last year, it's like, it's amazing what we've done, but it's a new game every single time. It's a new action every time we step out on the field. And so I feel super blessed to be in this position. I'm super blessed to be healthy. You kind of got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I get to play professional soccer every day. There's many people in this world that don't get to do what we do. And so out of respect for that alone, like you want to give your best. And then on top of that, it's just the desire to continue to do better. And we do believe we can be champions again.
On that PK, you said you just happened to jump the right way. Is there anything that kind of indicated to you that he was going to go in that direction?
Right-footed players, depending on their technique and their ability, tend to close hips, but it's all relative to the game. He hadn't shot yet, at least I don't remember him shooting, and so I didn't really see any sort of technique from him. I will say, there are secrets that you kind of like, and I'll just tell you because I don't really care. But like, as a right-footed player, at the end of a game, your knees are shaking. It's the 97th minute. You don't deserve to tie, in my opinion, and you know this has been it's a gift. Safety tells you to close your hips and hit it, because a lot of the times when you open up, it doesn't open up like how you want it, or it goes too far, or maybe you lift it over the goal. So the safe thing to do is just hit through the ball, aim to the safe part of the goal, which is just your natural leg swing. You don't have to open up, you're just closing. And then at the same time, having Juan, my goalkeeper coach, tell me where he's going to go because he's watched the film. And Mitch falling, right, or being pushed actually, bought us a lot of time to think about kind of what he was going to do. And as a kick taker, that's never fun when you have to think about it for that long.
Makes total sense. And just those moments following the save, just walk me through that.
You just want those to last longer, you know? Like when they blow the, we had one like with Austin last year too, where it's like you just want it to last so long, and it's like emotional to think about because as a athlete, as we all have been, like you don't get many moments like that, and so. It's one of those, you make the save, you get up, hopefully it's out of bounds. You blew the whistle immediately, and just like for me, it's just when the teammates really come on top of you, like that's amazing. Like the fans, it's wonderful. Like don't get me wrong, the crowd, but when your teammates have that much adoration in that moment, it's like, because they see it every day. They see your struggles, they know you as a person, they see how much you've worked for something, and when things go right, to have them come together, that's what really, as a player, that takes the cake. So hopefully we have more moments like that. Not as dramatic.
Yeah, I could do with that.
Yeah. I think everybody could.
And
But
thanks for a great call, so keep it up.
Right. Just for you, yeah.
Another great moment tonight with Boo. Got his first goal in like a decade, he said, man. How cool is it to see a Boo score?
I don't run up a lot. I did for Jordan Amabile when he scored last year. Again, like specific moments, guys just earn it. You know, he dealt with injury all of preseason, comes in, it's Ramadan, the guy hasn't eaten all day. And like he just leads so well from his from who he is on the field, and like just a quiet leader. And so to see him in a position like that too, it's like, what are you even doing in the box? Like, well, okay, and then you're gonna header it. Should have probably brought it down, but no, he went for it. And that's this team. We just take advantage of the moments, and so that's what happened. And yeah, I ran all the way up, and then I kind of regretted it as I was running back. I'm like, I should have been wearing the GPS. I would have logged some miles. But no, I love when players like him score because yeah, it's again a testament to the team. Next man up, Nico. People don't know this either, but Nico was struggling with massive stomach issues, massive stomach issues coming into the game. Like just couldn't keep anything down at halftime as well. And again, like the resilience, he was running up and down the field, and he literally was like last man out at halftime because he was sick, you know, and he played through it. And guys like Nacho literally getting beat to crap. I can't be happy. At Zico with a debut start on the right side, he doesn't even play right wing back. I can't say enough. Ja'Cory, it's just, there's so many to talk about. I feel like I shouldn't even, like we should all be in this room, to be fair.
I thought with Nico you were going to say that he just had a baby.
Oh yeah.
So that's a whole nother ballgame too. You can speak to that.
Oh, you don't get sleep. Like you take it when you can, and he has an amazing wife. And so she's been in the trenches while he's sleeping, but it's still not the same. And he had an amazing game. Again, under the circumstances, he gave us the best shift he could have ever given us. So.
Speaking of babies, you shouted out your wife and your daughter.
Yeah.
At the game with you.
One day, yeah, it humbles you, right? It's also good when you have bad games. You get to go, and it's like, okay, she just sees me as dad. That's it. And that's all. But later on, hopefully, I'm gonna just, hey Evie, you know, like your dad was pretty cool back in the day, but it's not really.
For soccer.
Yeah. But no, it's special, and to have her here, so I can go and kiss her at the very first thing I do when the game ends, after the back flip, of course. But it's a dream come true. That's what you wish for, seriously. So.
And earlier you said Abu shouldn't even have been there, but it seems like, especially last season too, y'all are winning games off of defenders scoring.
Yeah.
Like, that's happening quite a lot. As one of the defensive anchors, man, how cool is it to see your defense making plays all over the field, not just on one side?
Dude, it's the best because they deserve it so much. And a lot of times, guys like even like Fabian, like he's in the middle. He doesn't get a lot of clearances like Lamar and Mitch, but the work he does off the ball, the organization, and like, yeah, when you see one of your own, you know, it's like the boys in the back, you know, it's you get hyped. And so hopefully there's more of that to come. But our forwards are going to hit amazing strides once we get more numbers, and they're not having to do triple the amount of work that they'd normally do in a game.
How do you deal? There was a Mitch made a clearance that I thought was
Right.
a game-winning
Yeah.
clearance. How do you, as a goalkeeper, feel seeing a guy come in and not bail you out? I think you had it covered.
Sure.
But like knowing that you've got someone there, you're not literally the only person.
No, when people stick their face in front of balls for me, I'm like, this is brotherhood right here. Like they don't care, you know. They just want to make the block, and they want to get the shutout, and they want to get the 3 points. And that was what Fabian was doing. Like he literally was throwing himself at the ball, and that's just what happens. And so for me, when blocks happen like that, I have to like, especially at the end of the game, I like get really excited, and I like kind of get lightheaded a little bit, like because we're depleted. But no, it's the best, and the crowd loves it. I don't think there's any place in the U.S. right now that loves a defensive block or a save more than Toyota Field and the fans here at SAFC. So
I think that's an Allen.
yeah, I think Alan loves it too.
I think that might happen.
He loves it. But
Alan walked with the yellow too.
I don't. Yeah.
Out there.
You love to see it. You know, you want your coaches to. That was a dirty tackle. At the end of the day, he's jumping into Tuku really late. Tuku's like dealing with injuries as well, and so you hate to see that. Like, I'm not going to comment on what I thought it should be, but at the end of the day, it's like you got to show up for your teammates, and there is some posturing that needs to happen as a player where you got to defend, and as a coach, you want to see that from your coach at the end of the day.
Anything else?
I got one more. So
Game.
you mentioned that Juan kind of gave you a little tip before that PK. Can you talk a little bit about like how important he's been to your success since you've been here?
Yeah, it doesn't get a whole lot of recognition, does he? The goalkeepers that he produces at SAFC are high level, and there's an expectation that he has for us. And it's not like a cakewalk at training either. He knows exactly what buttons to push. He knows kind of how to train us and prep us for the week. Sometimes it's like one of those things where it's like, God, I feel like there's a lot on a Wednesday, you know. But then at the end on Saturday, you feel amazing. Like in warm-ups today, I really felt amazing leading into this game. And so testament to him and how he preps us. Testament to Carlos too. Second goalkeepers, you don't get any recognition. And the work that he does off the field in the preparation for games during game day, and then also pushing one another in training, it's something we need to talk about. Because at the end of the day, they help the team perform, and they give the guy in front of him confidence to go and feel comfortable in the goal. And he's been outstanding for us. Again, it's something you just don't ever see in this position, but he's outrageously, his energy in training is like it lifts everybody, and he talks crap to the forwards to make them shoot a little bit better as well. He knows what buttons to push, and so him and Juan together for me have been, I mean, you can't do it alone. It's a goalkeeper union, so, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Very short.